Hello Internet, welcome to another video of Bazzle Spot Live. I am still Mr. Anderson, I'm still your host, and we are still going to be doing some games on Bazzle Spot with the lovely Tree team. So, there we go, let's get into it. Hopefully you saw Monday's video, which actually went okay for us. We didn't do too badly. Not sure how well it's going to continue to go, but compared to last week's team, I think this is a bit better. I have altered it a bit. I think improved it a bit. It has changed quite a bit. Do feel better with it, but you never know. I do still know there are some big weaknesses to it. I do still know that I don't take Milotic at all. So still I'm waiting for the battle where it actually does something. The battle where I'm looking on the team preview and I'm thinking, yes, I want you, Milotic. But otherwise, it's useless. And sorry, Milotic. And I want something really in that slot that can deal with. I want something that can put off Arcanine as well. But I want something that can deal with like other Tapu Lele as well. Tapu Lele is a big problem. And like Whimsicott, like if they just sort of lead with like Whimsicott on Tailwind, like what can I do for that as well? But anyway, we'll find someone actually over 1,800 from Japan with this very familiar team. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Smeargle, Xurkitree, and we're going to go Tapu Lele and Arcanine, and we're going to lock in. As quick as that. So he knows now that I know what I'm doing against this team. He knows that I have played against this before. So I could have waited until a bit longer to put the Pokemon in, but will that actually change how he leads, how he plays? Probably not. But yeah, I've played this sort of team quite a few times. Normally, you can assume that the Tapu Lele is slow. Nihilego can be a problem. Nihilego actually can be a problem for this. I have tested out Starmie in place of the Milotic just because it is faster than Nihilego and can knock it out without a sash. It still has speeds like Katana and stuff like that as well. So pretty good speed actually. What Starmie's at, but and it obviously helps with Arcanine as well, but doesn't really help against other Tapu Lele or Whimsicott. So I don't know. Thinking about it, maybe Starmie is actually better in that slot, because I haven't got a Scarf on that Milotic anymore. So maybe I probably have used when I was testing with Starmie on the team, I did use Starmie a lot more than I'm using Milotic. While Milotic is in this team, so maybe Starmie is better. Maybe I'll change it up next week or something. Don't know. But let's just try and focus on this game and let's see what we're doing. Let's see if he does go with Lele and Drifblim like they normally do. Here we go. Yeah, it's Lele and Drifblim. Now we're basically doing the whole mind game thing of. Well, again, it's not a mind game. It's the whole guesswork of is this Tapu Lele slow or not? Because they tend to be on these teams. They do tend to be slow. So I'm going to put my neck on the line, and I'm just going to try and spore this Tapu Lele and Tail Glow here. If it is faster, then oh dear. But they do tend to be slower and bulkier, so that they can get the terrain against maybe sort of faster Finny and stuff like that. So, he could protect. On Shoma's team, the Lele was Specs as well, so he wouldn't be able to protect. But I think when people make their changes, one of the most common changes are that they take the Specs off the Lele and give it something like a Life Orb so that it can protect and still does massive damage as well. So he's taking his time here. So he's going for a Tailwind. He's not protecting with his Lele. And we are faster. Okay, so Tail Glow, good. And put him to sleep, which is good. And now what do we do? It's the old, do they wake up first turn game again? Because either I go for a Spore into the Drifblim and a Thunderbolt into the Tapu Lele. If he doesn't get the 1 in 3 wake up, then that's fantastic for us. He's lost his Lele, his Drifblim to sleep. I could being a bit more cautious, maybe go for a Follow Me on Smeargle and a Thunderbolt into the Tapu Lele. Because then, if he does wake up, the Psychic, whatever, Shattered Psychic, will go into the Smeargle instead. I'm going to be a bit safer. I'm going to go for a Follow Me, and I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Tapu Lele. Drifblim, if it is going for a Shadow Ball, obviously can't hit Smeargle. Could burn me. Ooh, it's Disable. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So the Lily does stay asleep, which is really good. So we've knocked the Tapu Lily out. But okay, well that's interesting. That. So if I had just gone for the Spore into the Drifblim, I wouldn't have been able to. Would have been disabled. So I can still Spore now, but I can't Follow Me. And to be honest, I probably would rather be able to Follow Me at this point. It depends what he's got. It is Arcanine, yeah. A Follow Me would be nice, actually. So, we'll see. I have got my own Arcanine in the back, though. So, and I can, actually, because, I mean, thinking about it, because this Drifblim actually can't touch Smeargle outside of Will-O-Wisp. If I protect my Xurkitree, he can't stop my Smeargle from just sporing here. So I am going to Spore into the... I mean, into the Drifblim is like a guaranteed sleep, because Drifblim don't carry Protect. But I don't think he's going to Protect with his Arcanine here. So I'm going to Spore into the Arcanine and protect my Xurkitree. If he predicts this and things go horribly wrong, the next turn I can switch Smeargle out into Arcanine, get the Intimidate, and then survive attacks that way too. But it doesn't look like his Arcanine is... okay, yeah. It doesn't look like his Arcanine is protecting. It does Flare Blitz into the Smeargle, so without a burn, Smeargle should be sticking around the next turn. And Arcanine will be going to sleep. Yeah, good. So, yeah, he did try and disable my Thunderbolt, but Thunderbolt stopped that. And now he can't disable Thunderbolt because he will be disabling my Protect, basically. So, again, I can just Spore into the Drifblim now and go for a Thunderbolt into his Arcanine just to be extra safe. I mean, I could have Thunderbolted into the Drifblim. Okay, well, I don't mind that at all. It is a Shadow Ball into the Xurkitree. That probably, well, that's definitely, with that special defense drop, that is definitely in Sludge Bomb range now. So if it's a Focus Sash here, which it probably is, yeah, then he's surviving. And I can't Follow Me either, unless the Disable wears off now. So, Drifblim, guaranteed sleep turn, Tailwind wears off, but I can't still Follow Me here. But I can Spore it. His Arcanine is asleep. I mean, he could withdraw there. I've got a Scarf Tapu Lele, haven't I? So, I mean, I don't want to take things for granted yet, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm Sporing the Nihilego, and I'm Dazzling Gleaming here as well, because this means that, okay, if Xurkitree goes down, I've still got things in the back, and his Nihilego is going to sleep. He could try and, predict something though, but he's definitely going to be sleeping with his Drifblim here, and I'm not sure how many turns Disable works for, but if Disable stops now, then I will be able to just Follow Me the next turn. So the weirdness disappeared, but we still can't Follow Me. So I'm not really sure how many turns the Disable works for. Yeah, so we still can't do that. So I'm still going to go for a Spore into the Nihilego, and I'm still going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here. Like, you have to imagine he will be knocking out my Xurkitree here. Oh, or maybe not. Okay. So Spore's doing nothing here. Shadow Ball did get the special defense drop, Drifblim, yeah, he doesn't get the 1 in 3 wake though, so yeah, so even with the special defense drop, I think, I mean, let's have a look at the HPs. I think I still would have survived, but let's just check. But anyway, we have got Scarfed Tapu Lily in the back, so we can just, oh, there we go, now we're not disabled anymore. And so we can just, well, now we can just go for a Follow Me. Although, he could have Extreme Speed, I suppose. But I'm not going to risk, you know, bringing Lele in or doing anything still like that, because we can just go for a Dazzling Gleam and, yeah, Flare Blitz, whatever, from our own Arcanine, and knock his Arcanine out. So, I will go for a Follow Me here. If both of these Pokemon go down, then that's fine. As long as I get both of my next Pokemon in at the same time, then that's alright by me. So, going to go for a Follow Me here, and I'm actually just going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Arcanine, because the Nihilego might protect here, and I'm not sure a Dazzling Gleam will knock Arcanine out from where it is. So, I mean, if he wakes up and Extreme Speeds the Smeargle and Sludge Bombs the Xurkitree, then we're both going down. But like I said, as long as my 2 in the back come in, I'm okay, because the Lele is Scarfed. So here's the Follow Me. So no Extreme Speed, no Wake Up at least, no attempt of it. Still asleep. And Power Gem, and he'll be losing his Arcanine, and yeah, I just need to bring in my Tapu Lily. So I have got Arcanine in the back. I do sort of miss not having Extreme Speed a few times on my own Arcanine. I mean, I might have to look into that. I just find that Bulldoze is quite a handy move to have, but I'm not really sure how often I use it. It's just that, like, with my own Tapu Lily as well, it sort of restricts the amount of times that I can actually use Extreme Speed. It's like having Fake Out on Smeargle as well. Like, you know, sometimes I have accidentally gone for, like, a Fake Out in Psychic Terrain and, you know, become very embarrassed afterwards. But, yeah, whatever. Let's go for a Hidden Power. Why not? And the Thunderbolt. I mean, they'll probably forfeit here either way, but if he doesn't, then he will see that I'm Scarfed, and you don't normally see the Hidden Power animation, so I thought I'd go for it. But there we go. So that guy was over 1,800. So we're, you know, gathering, we're stealing, we're pilfering some of his points, and cashing them away in our own little bank of Barry points. But let's look for another one then. See how we go. And yeah, I mean, it's actually been going all right, hasn't it, so far? But you know, it's just a matchup thing, isn't it? I mean, you can say the same with any format. Like, any format's going to have, you know, matchups that do, you know, better and worse against other things. But I do need to have a proper think. Like, after I've done these videos, I need to go and take Milotic off and do something with it. I actually do think Starmie. I have been testing with Starmie more than I've been testing with Milotic, to be honest. So I don't know why I put Milotic back on here. So I probably should put Starmie back on. Well, that still doesn't help with Lele, does it? I don't know. I need something that helps with Lele and helps with Arcanine as well. I do like having the Fire, Water, Grass as well. But, you know, otherwise something like Dugtrio would be okay against Arcanine and Tapu Lele. But there we go. Someone from well, I said, did that? What? I said Puerto Rico, United States. Okay. But this guy has got a pretty hard-looking Trick Room team with a Garchomp on top. So, and Nihilego, but obviously Nihilego can Trick Room as well. No Tapus of his own, so that gives me some rain, I suppose. Like, the only thing that I've got faster than Nihilego is my Scarf Tapu Lele. Yeah, maybe I do need something faster than, you know, base 110, I guess, in that slot. That's why I had Starmie. Like, if I had Starmie here, I could just lead with Starmie, Tapu Lele, and only really worry about the muck. But, you know, whatever. We've got Milotic, and we're stuck with it for now. So, let's go with Smeargle. And I do kind of want to go with Trevenant, to be honest. So we're going to go with Trevenant, and we're going to go with Tapu Lily. And Xurkitree or Arcanine? I think we'll go with Xurkitree. Last minute there. So no Arcanine in this one. Worst case scenario, he leads with Muck and something. I don't know, maybe Muck Garchomp, Muck Nihilego. Gigalith and Nihilego. Okay, so he's got an extra bulky Nihilego there, +1 special defense with the Sandstorm boost. We're losing the Rocky MZ and Life Orb. Okay, so now we know. Now we know. I paid attention. We know now. Do you think that Nihilego is going to go for a Trick Room? I mean, his team did look quite Trick Room heavy, didn't it? So you know what? I'm just going to go for a Spore into it. I mean, Substitute has become a bit more of a thing on Nihilego, so I am just a little bit more worried about that. But I'm going to try and Spore it, just in case he does go for a Trick Room. And I'm going to go for a Z Forest Curse into my Smeargle. And we'll see what happens. So we just Sludge Bomb. This is neutral. So, that did more damage than I was expecting, really. I'm hoping that Trevenant will survive this turn. If he Rock Slides, then I will be at +1 defense. I should survive that, and I can start Horn Leeching and getting stuff back. But if he goes for a Continental Crush or a Stone Edge on Trevenant, then it's probably going to knock me out. So we'll see. Rock Slide, Trevenant avoids. Well, perfect then. Okay, that's fine. And Smeargle, oh, it doesn't even go down either, which is fantastic, because that means that now I can just Horn Leech. I'm +1 Horn Leech, it is neutral, but I'm going to target it onto the Nihilego. And I can just Spore into the Gigalith. So, yeah, here we go. Horn Leech onto the Nihilego and Spore into the Gigalith. Nihilego has got a guaranteed sleep turn now, so I'm not messing around with it. Nihilego is a threat. I do want to knock it out straight away. I am thinking that this will knock it out. I mean, it is quite frail on the bulk, on the physical bulk side, but Trevenant isn't like the massive powerhouse, even at +1, unfortunately. I don't want to just sort of Horn Leech into a Gigalith as it protects as well, and then the Nihilego wakes up next turn, because that wouldn't be good either. So I have got a free Spore here, basically into the Gigalith. And we'll see if this does knock the Nihilego out. If he's got Muck, then that, I guess, is the biggest problem for Trevenant. But Smeargle will survive one more round of Sandstorm. And yeah, good, that knocks Nihilego out. And should be able to just put the Muck to sleep. So Trevenant, nice one. Stealing the souls from Nihilego there. And Smeargle, 12 down to 3. Okay. Alright, well, what's he got then? Garchomp? Muck. Okay, so it is his Muck. Muck will probably protect here on this very obvious Spore. But what have I got in the back? I've got Tapu Lily and Xurkitree. So neither of them can knock Muck out in one hit. I mean, not many things can knock it out in one hit. So Muck is going to be a little bit of a problem, maybe. If I did have Arcanine, then that would have been pretty good too. For the Intimidate and the Flare Blitz. But, I mean, it's very obvious that the Muck is going to protect here, isn't it? So I could try and capitalise on that. But I don't really want to. I just want to be extra safe. I just want to Spore into the Muck here. And Horn Leech into the Gigalith, because this should get me back to full health, pretty much. And, oh, okay, or not. His Garchomp is going to be taking this. Okay, well, Garchomp's not going to enjoy this. So Muck does protect there. But now I can, well, what can I do? I can bring him a Tapu Lily, that's what I was thinking, but Muck obviously does threaten that. And I did have a a fear in the back of my head that this would be one of these horrible, horrible, horrible Sandvale Garchomps. That's annoying because, like, I felt like the Protect on Muck was safe, but I was alright with doing that because I basically ensured that I was going to get a Horn Leech off and I would go back onto full health and out of, knockoff range. I don't think I will be knocked out by a knockoff anyway, but it's a bit more tricky than I was hoping for right now. Not a very nice position to be in. So Tapu Lele comes in, and the Garchomp could easily protect or switch or whatever, and he just poison jabs into the Tapu Lele and knocks it out, or avoids my attacks. I mean, I could Moonblast and Horn Leech into the Muck as well, but that would just do about 50% and activate its berry and go back to full again. So this Muck is going to be an issue for us now, actually. Okay. I'm just gonna... I think this is so predictable. Yeah, and he's just going to be poison jabbing into my Tapu Lele. That's quite upsetting. I mean, if I had... Yeah, because I was thinking about switching the Tapu Lele into Circuitry there, but... if I did do that, I'd be taking some damage on my Circuitry. And Circuitry is a bit better against Muck than Tapu Lele is. The problem is, Tapu Lele going down here, I'm going to be a bit more weaker to, a bit weaker to this Garchomp. Especially if it has got the Z Crystal, which it probably does, as it's sitting next to a Muck, and the rest of his team doesn't really look very Earthquake happy, I don't think. So, he has just protected. Like, the really annoying thing is, if my Horn Leech had hit that turn, it would have been a 2-hit KO, and I would have been able to just protect my Circuitry here, and, as I'm going to do, and get the second Horn Leech off to knock out the Garchomp. But now, oh, okay, so we're just Earthquaking, are we, this turn? Yeah, okay, so we're just Earthquaking. But maybe he predicted my Protect with Circuitry then, and yeah, now next turn he can probably Tectonic Rage. So hopefully we hit this Horn Leech. Okay, finally we do. So we're going to be taking Rough Skin damage, unfortunately. That's definitely a 2-hit KO with that critical hit. So nice. Circuitry is almost at full now. Sandstorm goes down, but we're still not at the water at all. This Muck is going to be a real pain for us. What was his last Pokemon? Oh, it was his Sleeping Gigalith. So I mean, Trevenant. As long as I get rid of the Trevenant, as long as I get rid of his Muck, my Trevenant's okay here, isn't it? But now, well, now he's surely got Tectonic Rage. Yeah, he's only got Gyarados that he can Earthquake next to, so surely he's got Tectonic Rage. And now he will do it into the Circuitry. So, I don't think there's really anything that I can do about this. No, okay, so he's bringing this Gigalith, and maybe he only does have Earthquake. Maybe he hasn't got Tectonic Rage. Maybe he's just bringing this Sandstorm back for the Sandstream, but no, he's actually just Earthquaking. So Circuitry is EV to survive that. And providing our attacks hit here, we should be okay. So Dazzling Gleam, nice, is hitting. So we should be okay. As I've just said. Yeah, and this Horn Leech will knock out his Gigalith as well. So he's got his Muck left. We're in Psychic Terrain, but for how much longer? I think a couple of turns longer. So he can't Shadow Sneak or do anything like that. But he has still got his Berry intact. But he is still going to be eating one Thunderbolt from my circuitry, but then it's just a case of can Trevenant win through from there. I'm not sure, to be honest, because we're going to Thunderbolt, we'll activate his berry. I mean, how many turns of Psychic Terrain have we got left? 2 more turns. What do you? I mean, I could try and be cheeky. I could protect my circuitry here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to protect my circuitry. Just try and be a little bit more cheeky and Hornleech the Muck. It might count. It might count because surely he's got to target my circuitry. Trevenant isn't really doing anything. Actually, he protected his Muck there. So either he's trying to stall out Psychic Terrain turns. I'm not really sure why, because circuitry isn't in Shadow Sneak range. Maybe he was just calling my protect with circuitry there as well. But either way, it doesn't really make a massive amount of difference. It's only 1 hit from Trevenant away from making a difference, basically. I mean, if anything, maybe if I get a Thunderbolt critical hit, I might knock the Muck out here. But there's nothing that I could do right now. I mean, I can't, there's no point in using, or not even a critical hit required. Fantastic. I can't like force curse into my own circuitry. It just make me weak to poison, wouldn't it? Can't really do anything like that. But well, there we go. If that Thunderbolt hadn't knocked him out, if it had left him on like a tiny bit, Berry would have put him back to 50%. He would have knocked out my circuitry. My Hornleech, I think, would have done about sort of 20%, wasn't it? So I would have needed to hit 2 more Hornleeches. And with the Hornleech recovery and his poison jabs not being super effective, being neutral, and knockoff not being not being too effective because I've got the Z Crystal, I think I would have won that game anyway. But I'm really happy actually that Trevenant did a lot of work in that game. So still, nothing from my low tick, but I'm really happy Trevenant did something there because I always lie in my bed at night time wondering if Trevenant is really a good Pokemon, if I should really be using it. But then I fall asleep before I come to any conclusion. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this, guys. Yeah, sorry there's only 2 battles in this one, but we're almost at half an hour. We're longer than yesterday, than Monday's video. So thanks a lot, guys. I hope you have enjoyed watching this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please, share my channel, get myself out there. Still a tiny channel by the grand scheme of things. So I hope this has brought a smile to your face. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and goodbye for now.